It's 11 p.m. and these are the headlines. President of the Republic Abdelmajid Tebboune receives greetings from kings, presidents and leaders of the brotherly and friendly countries on the occasion of the 62nd anniversary of independence. A festive atmosphere among our community in the Netherlands and Germany on the occasion of Independence Day. And the first Algerian Cultural Heritage Festival kicks off following the initiative of the Algerian embassies. The genocidal Zionist aggression on Gaza continues as the whole Gaza Strip has been bombed, killing dozens in just a few hours. And we have updates on the situation of doctors in the enclave, as well as on the Algerian medical team working there. Sports, the Algiers Urban Trail brought together 1,000 runners to cross the capital. An opportunity to sightsee its legendary districts, breathtaking views, its museums and historic sites. Details in the report of Sarah Dirbel. Welcome back. On the occasion of the 62nd anniversary of independence, the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, received well wishes from kings, presidents and leaders of the following brotherly and friendly countries. The custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud, Crown Prince and Prime Minister of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, the King of the Kingdom of Bahrain, Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, the President of the Republic of Tunisia, Qais Said, the President of the State of Palestine, Mahmoud Abbas, the President of the Republic of Chad, Mohammed Idriss Déby. The President has also received greetings from the King of Spain, Philip VI, the President of the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, Al Hassan Ouattara, the President of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, Sahel Work Zaude, the President of the Republic of Nicaragua, Daniel Ortega, and the Vice President of the Republic of Nicaragua, Rosario Murillo. And the Minister of Foreign Affairs and National Community Amouad Ahmed Attaf and at the headquarters of the Embassy of the Russian Federation in Algiers signed the condolence book following the death of the Russian ambassador to Algeria, Valerian Shuvayev. Attaf expressed his sincere condolences alongside his deepest sympathy on his behalf and on behalf of the executives and workers of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. Moving on to the presidential election of the 7th of September, and which will take place within no less than 2 months from now. The process of the withdrawal of signature subscription forms continue until midnight on the 18th of July. So far, 34 individuals willing to stand as candidates put in the files, and the National Independent Authority of Elections reaffirms that the validation points are open all along the week, including Fridays and holidays from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. And as part of the fight against terrorism and during a search and carbon operation in the Khanshla military sector in the 5th Military Region, a PNA detachment shot dead 2 terrorists yesterday, the 7th of July. The identity of one of the 2 terrorists was determined, the terrorist Boghrara Murad, who had joined the terrorist groups in 2010, while the identification of the second terrorist is still in progress. This operation, which also led to the recovery of 2 Kalashnikov machine gun and a quantity of ammunition and various objects, confirms once again the vigilance and determination of PNA units to hunt down these criminals throughout the national territory until they are completely eradicated. The festivities of the 62nd anniversary of independence are still ongoing as members of our community settled in Germany and Netherlands gathered to participate through the celebration activities organized by our respective representation. The occasion was also an opportunity to address the upcoming presidential elections. Yassir Hamdi explains.
The celebrations of the 62nd anniversary of independence are still ongoing, and not only in Algeria. The Algerians living in Germany gathered in Berlin to take part to the various activities such as sports organized by the Algerian embassy in a friendly atmosphere.
As
you can see, the Algerians living in Germany came from all over the country to celebrate this historical day.
The 5th of July, an important day for all the Algerians, and for our community living abroad, it reflects their deep attachment to their motherland. For these Algerians living in Germany, the upcoming presidential elections of the 7th of September is a day they won't miss.
I've lived here in Germany for 32 years, and it's the first time that I see the Algerians living in Germany excited about the upcoming presidential elections.
These young Algerians are ready for the D-Day and want to contribute to the building process of their country. From Germany to Netherlands, the festive atmosphere is the same. Our community living there celebrated the 62nd anniversary of independence by proudly promoting our rich culture and telling the stories of our glorious history. A various program for this first edition of the Algerian Festival of the Cultural Heritage, in which the souls of our heroic martyrs were honored.
I want to express my gratitude towards our brave martyrs who sacrificed their lives for the liberty and the dignity of our country. They stood against colonialism and proved to the world that the Algerian people can fight till the last breath to reach its honorable goals.
Various traditional dishes and artisanal products were exhibited during this event that aims to promote our rich national patrimony, thus offering the guests the opportunity to discover and enjoy Algeria's cultural diversity.
We're honored and happy to join our compatriots to celebrate this great day. We're here to promote the rich culture of our country and for a good representation of Algeria.
These important events are the perfect occasion to consolidate our relations with our international partners, and the Algerians living abroad managed to happily and proudly celebrate the 62nd anniversary of their country, thus reinforcing their bonds with their motherland.
In Palestine now, Gazans are yet losing dozens of their family members every day. They are even forced to move to safer areas, but no safe place is left in the occupied Palestinian territories, since massive Zionist attacks are being carried out every single day across the enclave. Najah Tayyar with the updates.
Series of unfortunate events is reality for the Gazawi people. All parts of Gaza have been living under the Zionist entities' attacks 24/7 for 10 months now, and the whole world have been watching and unable to alter a thing. Yesterday evening, after a Zionist airstrike targeting a civilian residence in Jabalia and Nazla region, over 10 Palestinians were martyred and 10 others are wounded. All that in addition to many people are yet under the rubble. This morning, another strike hit the south of the Strip, ended with 3 deaths and high number of wounded, causing the number of human loss to increase up to over 38,153 martyrs and over 87,828 wounded as a result of these Zionist aggressions on the Palestinian enclave since October 2023. And in a new appeal from the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for the Palestinian refugees, the UNRWA reports that families in Gaza are exhausted, hungry and lacking what they need to survive due to the extreme forced displacements, the unbearable conditions and the heat. Hard to tell, but must be said that according to the United Nations, Gaza is the most dangerous area on the planet right now, being under the Zionist entity's siege to the entire Strip, subjected to a bombing campaign by land, air and sea.
And despite the lack of means, the 13 Algerian surgeons and doctors of different specialties are doing their best to accomplish their noble duty in Gaza, trying to save as much lives as they could, and this in extremely difficult conditions due to the blockade imposed and all the factors that we will inspect with our correspondent in Gaza, Oussama Bouzaid, on this topic of Rania Al-Bahri.
These Algerian doctors coming from Algeria to the north of the Gaza Strip perform a surgery with remarkable precision on this patient. The surgeons are providing assistance and performing complex surgical interventions, such as the extraction of metal fragments encrusted in the victims' bodies for months.
We are carrying out our duty in extremely difficult conditions, particularly in the north of Gaza, where the situation is very critical now. We are facing a shortage in medical equipment and personnel. Despite this, we hope to fulfill our mission in the best way and help our brothers and sisters in difficulty.
13 doctors from different specialties are mobilized to save lives and provide vital humanitarian aid to injured Palestinians who have been waiting for months for travel authorization and are being prevented from receiving the necessary health care due to the blockade imposed by the Zionist occupation.
The Algerian medical staff take care of all medical or surgical emergencies, whether war injuries or even other emergencies not linked to the bombings, such as pancreas, gallbladder, hernias, and head trauma following falls.
With their courage and expertise, these Algerian doctors arrived with essential surgical equipment in which hospitals are sorely lacking, giving hope to more than 20,000 wounded and sick Palestinians.
And as we've reported yesterday on the French legislative elections, the expected surprise in fact did happen. Yet the real challenge now is to establish a new government, but with a plot twist, as none of the three blocs manages to get the absolute majority. Emmanuel Macron has also refused to let go of the PM, as explained by Afaf Boulouchet and Yassir Hamdi.
Il est 20h et on découvre la nouvelle assemblée et ce n'est pas le tiercé.
Il est 20h et c'est une surprise colossale.
8 p.m. The results are here, making some French euphoric and others totally disappointed. Plot twist, the National Rally, that was the favorite party, came at the third position behind the Left Front and the presidential clan.
We were hoping to have 250 deputies at least. We're disappointed. We'll have to wait until 2027.
The political forces in France have changed, thus revealing three equal blocs with no absolute majority.
The new Popular Front has to take its responsibilities. It's the strongest one at the National Assembly without an absolute majority. It has to fulfill its role by having an impact on the decisions that will be taken.
Jean-Luc Mélenchon and his intransigence reject any alliance outside the Left Front, while the leader of the Green Party, the revelation of these elections, seems to believe in a consensus.
Emmanuel Macron should officially ask the new Popular Front for a suggestion of Prime Minister.
For the observers, it's an unprecedented situation in 17 legislative elections under the Fifth Republic, and according to the socialist Rachid Temal, the German model could be a solution.
En Allemagne, vous avez une discussion entre les différents partis.
In Germany, the different parties hold talks when it comes to presenting projects. I think that we can apply this model in France.
Et, enfin, en l'espèce, les Allemands. Et puis, vous l'appliquez. Je pense qu'on peut aussi imaginer cela en France.
Despite getting the second position, the presidential clan suffers the loss of the relative majority. The parties and the politicians supporting the French president, such as Gabriel Attal and Édouard Philippe, seem to have turned the page of the Macron era, thus creating a climate of instability.
Sports now. The Algiers Urban Trail matched the expectations. The race, which brought together 1,000 runners, is in the headlines as it is the first for Algiers and the Algiers Mountain Sports League. Our sport reporter Sarah Delbel shared with us these wonderful images and best moments of this special race in this topic taken up by Rania Bahri. Enjoy.
We are here to celebrate this anniversary for the independence of Algeria and to support the Palestinian cause. Long live Algeria.
On va passer par Jamel Jdid, par les voûtes, par la poste bien sûr. On va passer par la mairie d'Alger.
We will pass by Jama El Jazair through the vault by the Algiers post office, and of course we will pass by Algiers town hall and the milk bar that is a legendary cafe. We will also go by the metro via the Kasbah, Kachawa Mosque and the Cafe Al Unqa, Wagduni Tilimli and the Central University. We will not ignore the Museum of Fine Arts. If we are going to do it again next year, it must be an international competition. It's a very nice way to discover the capital. Algiers is still one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
The 16 kilometers of running will allow people to discover Algiers historically, as well as to discover its breathtaking places, as it is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. This sporting challenge will allow the participants to discover Algiers in another way with a very technical race.
I have participated in 80 marathons before, but this is the first marathon in my life that I enjoyed every single thing in it. I'm really happy we are still celebrating this beautiful event, so it's a first of its kind in Algeria. Indeed, it is the trail, which means it is a mountain race which we made it to the city to make Algiers known in a different way. This is the main objective. It is to show all the beauty of the capital, perhaps, that many people do not know, but we pass through emblematic places which today allow any traveler who came from the interior of the country, and foreigners also, to see that the capital has a lot of potential in terms of tourism and in terms of the beauty and the landscapes.
This event kept all its promises and will certainly remain engraved in the minds of these runners who are already impatient for the next edition.
That was it for today's news. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.